welcome back. This is Indrayani again, or Shaayí is my Tlingit name. Also Natsumi. This is Craig.
Hello.
My dad. And this is Shure. That's her Japanese name. We want to talk again about animal welfare issues. Since we're on a roll, I guess, we feel it's important that we talk about these things as much as possible. And so for this episode, we would like to talk about why we became vegan, the importance of animal welfare issues, the importance of transitioning to a vegan plant-based diet if you haven't already. So why don't we start off with my dad, and then I can talk about it. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay, so let's tell people, talk about why you became vegan and when you became vegan, and maybe about your diet before you went vegan and how that transition is.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I always had a strong interest in self-improvement, whether that be through exercise, diet, nutrition. I'm always looking to maximize my nutrition plan and or my exercise program. I used to weigh around 270 pounds and have about a 50 inch waist. And right now I'm at about 180. I actually gained 10 pounds from eating a lot of carbs. But before that, on October about 20th, there was a show that came in on Netflix called The Game Changers. And
we highly recommend it.
Yeah, it looked interesting. So it was about plant-based nutrition and how athletes do well on a plant-based diet. I said, I'll look into it. I'm always looking to things to improve my nutrition plan and or exercise routine. So I started watching that, and it came to a part where this gentleman who's in Africa helping out the animals there, his name is Damian Manders, and he said a strong message that really connected with me. He said, the best way to protect animals is to not put them in your mouth. And all of a sudden that made my mind open up to all the suffering all the other animals in the world were having. And at that point on, I decided to become vegan and start a vegan lifestyle to try to protect animals and look out for their welfare. And that's been about a year and a half, about a year and a half.
And you just made that decision. It was just like you knew that you had to go vegan.
It
wasn't just like I might go vegan.
No, it all came into me. I just heard that message. I knew all the suffering that was going on every moment from all the animals that we kill for our own use. And it just knew I had no choice. I had to become vegan.
And before that, it just wasn't in your mind.
Yeah, before that, my daughter, of course, was vegan way for me. I'd laugh at her because I'd say, I would go kill an animal, eat the steak itself. I mean, I ate steak every day.
You love steak. Not only did you eat steak, you love steak.
I love steak
you love
so
chicken,
much. Chicken,
you love
everything.
all the animal products. I never thought he would go vegan.
I didn't think I'd go vegan.
I was like I kept trying to convince him to be vegan. I was like, you might be reborn as an animal if you keep eating eating animals.
I completely understand your addiction to meat products. I was there. For over 50 years, I've eaten more steaks, pigs, chickens, but then I realized it's wrong completely.
And I was amazed. I was just like, oh my gosh, my dad's going vegan. What? I didn't think it was going to happen because I was like, if all the people in my life, I remember you were very attached to eating animals.
I know.
I was like, he loves steak.
Oh my God,
he
my
loves
favorite
sushi,
burger, Dick's Deluxe Burger.
Chicken, yeah, all of it. I was like, he's not gonna. But I still tried to convince him, but he wouldn't listen to me. I guess.
No, it's something everyone must discover on their own.
But we're still here to talk to try to inspire you to become vegan. So how do you feel though? How do you feel like being on a plant-based diet?
Oh my gosh, my energy level is so much better. I feel great. Everything's better.
Show me your muscles. Show me your muscles. Go closer. Look at that. So you can be healthy.
My workouts have been going really well. Even though for my age, my strength has gone down, but that's because I won't give my age exactly, but I'm well over 50. How about that? But I feel
he looks
fantastic.
Great. Some teenagers were apparently hitting on him the other day.
That was funny.
Kind of weird, but...
Yeah, but anyway, I think a plant-based diet can be for anyone. the number one question you'll probably be asked is, where do you get your protein? Just think of it this way:
Where do you get your protein?
where do cows get the protein? The protein we eat is secondhand protein. The protein that we eat from cows, they get from the grass.
Well, protein shouldn't even probably be the most important issue, but it can be taken care of and will be taken care of if you follow a plant-based diet. But
Right.
It's not the most important thing for the
No, but a lot of
diet.
people ask. That's if you notice watching all the YouTube people ask, well, I get my protein from animals, but you get your protein from peas, beans,
spirulina.
which is just tofu.
Spirulina has the highest protein content actually compared to animal products.
Right.
So you can get it from algae. Actually, it's healthier.
And it won't cause any suffering to any of our friends.
Well, hopefully less suffering. You know, like a vegan diet isn't perfectly free of causing suffering. We still cause suffering.
No,
to
but
just
we're
be on
not.
planet.
We're not murdering sentient beings.
We're not actively trying to murder and slaughter and abuse
They're not.
non-human
They're
individuals.
not. They're not somewhere getting. Their heads being bolted, their throats being slit.
And some, gas chambers, babies being stolen from the mama cows, mastitis on the cows where they just are not taken care of medically and just are oozing pus, baby pigs being squashed by their mothers in their containment, and that oh god, it's so sad to me.
Oh, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch Dominion.
Highly recommend Dominion.
If you want to know the truth, that's what you should watch.
I feel like, yeah, if you have any feelings for creatures, sentient creatures, period, just
Be
any
warned,
creatures.
it is hard to watch, but if you're interested in pursuing the truth of the matter, you should watch Dominion.
It's where your food comes from. I mean, if you want to know what you're eating, you can look into this. And it's a question we should all ask, is where does my food come from? Where do the things I buy come from? Even though they look like this nicely packaged in the store, that's not what that's not what it is. It's suffering. It's pain. It's murder. So yeah, I'll talk about why I went vegan. So I was also raised eating meat. My family raised eating meat. I'm indigenous. I'm Japanese. I'm mixed ethnicities. And on my native side, everybody eats meat. Everybody eats seafood. On my Japanese side, everybody eats meat. Everybody eats seafood. And so it's very culturally embedded in my heritage. However, I don't believe that makes it right. It doesn't make it right necessarily. That's still causing suffering for creatures who are helpless. And so, despite this huge propensity from my family, one day I crossed paths with a Buddhist monk named, well, I'll leave his name unknown. And he debated me. We debated. I was a relativist at the time, a moral relativist, and basically I didn't have a strong sense of what morality meant at the time. I debated this Buddhist monk who was far beyond my years and practice and experience, and he was like, I told him like, oh, there's no good or bad. It doesn't matter, we can eat what we want. And then he asked me, he's like, would you kill those animals yourself?
Of course not.
And then I was like, I think I would.
That's what I think
I would do that.
That's
And and I was like, oh, it doesn't really matter, And then I just talked with him more and more, and he eventually convinced me. And I was like, I do care for animals. I don't want to cause them suffering. And so I thought about my food, and yeah, I don't know, just gradually I realized, I'm like, I don't want to put animal bodies into my body. I don't want to eat animal bodies that are that contribute to the murder of those creatures. And so eventually I became vegetarian, which was the first step. But I very quickly realized that vegetarianism is actually very much like meat eating, if not identical, because it's actually contributing to the same exact thing. It's contributing to the murder and slaughter of non-human animals in captivity, the abuse of them, and so much more. It's like
dairy is not a happy place, regardless what you see on the cartons.
Huge misrepresentation.
There is no happy cow.
Yeah, I like how the grocery stores, they always have the cow there.
In the pasture, and
eating
everyone's
the grass,
smiling.
and the little baby cows there. I was like, oh, I'm with my mom. It's like, no.
Look into the truth. Look into the truth of the dairy industry. You'll see how horrible it is.
Yeah, everybody should know the truth. I mean, if you're interested in the truth, if you're interested in knowing about what you're eating, if you want to know how much, if you're causing suffering for other beings, then you should look into it. All you have to do is type in Dominion on YouTube, and you can watch that and see where your food comes from. So yeah, I went. So anyway, I realized that vegetarianism is contributing to the suffering of non-human individuals just as much as meat eating. They go to the same slaughterhouses, and they may be even abused more because their lives are drug out in captivity for who knows how long.
Until they're used up and then killed when they can't give up any more milk.
It's a horror story. It's horrific. And, you know, we're saying this right now. My dad and I were talking about this issue. But it's like, if you actually see it, it's a totally different matter. It's like you have to, you just feel it in your heart, the pain that those creatures are going through. And, like, right now I have to recall it. It's like, I have an idea of it. It's like this, like, immense suffering. And this is why it's important to see it yourself. Like, I want to visit the factory farms. I want to protest there. I want to liberate those creatures because I'm like, it's real. It's not just a figment of my imagination. This is something that's happening right now as we're recording this video. So anyway, I transitioned very quickly from a vegetarian diet to veganism. I told all my friends, I'm like, hey, I'm going vegan. Here's why. And then I convinced a couple of my friends to go vegan too, which was great. And I haven't looked back, and it's been about like 9 years, I think, something like that. Our whole household's plant-based, including my husband and my little baby here too. So she's really healthy. Look at her. She sees a pediatrician. She's very hefty. She's strong and active.
And almost walking.
And trying to walk. She's very tough. And her doctor says she's always healthy on all levels and above average in terms of like her development, I guess. And everything checks out in terms of weight, height, head size, all that. Let me say hi, Audio. Ooh. Audio. Uh-oh. So yeah, so we're a healthy family. We are cultivating this plant-based lifestyle, and yeah, I mean, it's basically you eat lots of vegetables, diverse vegetables, and they have all those other things that you love, like Impossible Burgers. He's really a big fan of Impossible Burgers. We actually had tacos tonight.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference from a regular taco and these tacos. Guaranteed.
So good. Yeah.
Or the meatloaf I make.
Vegan meatloaf.
Lasagna I made.
Vegan lasagna.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Ramen.
Spaghetti and meat sauce.
Yakisoba. You can even make vegan sushi. Vegan sandwiches, vegan ice cream, vegan cakes. It's all been done. And there's so many resources out there. So all you have to do is look online. Anyway, we just wanted to show you that we're an example of a plant-based lifestyle, and it's really not it's so easy. You can do it, and it's worth it. Like, you're healthier, you're causing less suffering, you're helping the environment. You know, factory farms and the animal non-human animal factory farming industry is the leading cause of environmental issues right now. It is very urgent, very urgent. And also, not only that, if you've seen Seaspiracy or similar documentaries, the ocean is almost completely depleted of fish.
There won't be a fish left soon.
There won't be any fish soon.
And also, was a statistic, if we stop feeding all the grain to the animals that we kill for ourselves, we could actually feed the world.
We could feed, yes, we could feed the
Instead
world.
Instead of feeding all the animals that we slaughter and having people starve in other countries for importing grains to feed these animals, we fed all the people of the world the grain that we feed the animals that we consume. We could probably solve world starvation.
Oh, we definitely could. And they'd be healthy and happy.
And less murdering of animals.
Yeah.
Right?
So, simple solution. So, you go vegan. And it's fun.
It's easy.
It's easy. You can
It really
make lots
is.
of delicious food. You won't be contributing to this huge issue
You
of
can walk into a normal store now, like I do. Hagen, Safeway, they have good vegan
local
selection.
co-ops, whatever. I don't know what you have in Europe or Australia or wherever you are.
Whatever myth you might have heard, it's not just grass and flowers and peas or carrots. It's
Or sticks and twigs. I get that a lot.
sticks and twigs. No.
All you eat is sticks and twigs. No, I don't.
It's
I
whatever-
actually vegan sushi. I eat vegan cereal.
Muffins, wow,
salads,
everything.
soup, lots of soups. Yeah, if you have any questions, post them here. We can try to help you out. But honestly, you can type it in online. You'll probably get an answer. But yeah, look at us, healthy and happy, and trying to relieve the suffering of the world. That's really what this is about, is, trying to decrease suffering for non-human individuals who are in captivity and who are suffering. Maybe, hopefully we're saving some lives. That's the goal here. Anyway, good luck. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm a healthy vegan baby. Bye.